Okay, I'm Eric. I'm going to help you to understand some of the basics of PuzzleScript. Okay, so PuzzleScript is like a mini engine. It's an HTML5 way of making puzzle games, and it's relatively easy to get started with. And the creator of PuzzleScript encourages you to not spend too much time worrying about doing things perfectly and understanding every single nook and cranny of PuzzleScript, but instead to just make games, okay, and experiment as best you can. So first of all, you should go to puzzlescript.net/editor. In addition to that, if you just go to puzzlescript.net, you can view the documentation and the rules 101 sheet, which is very helpful in understanding some of the basics. Okay, but that's also what I'm here for, is to help you understand some of the basics. Okay, so things to understand. First of all, let me try to get a little bit larger here. Let's zoom in a little bit because we're a little small here. Yeah, that's better. Maybe even a little bit more. Okay, great. Things to understand even before we start, and these are kind of programmy things. This is what's known as the console. Okay, so this is the console down here. And let's make that red so you can see it. This is the console, and this over here is your code. Okay, this code is what makes your level work, or your levels, or your game. I'll just say your game work. Okay, this is what it tells it how to do everything. Okay, so it's important that you understand the code section is where everything happens, and the console is what will pop out messages and help you understand what may or may not be working. So yeah, that's up here. And then we also have this area right here, which is our testing zone, I'll call it. I'm sure it's not technically called that. That's not the technical term. But this is the area where you can build the level editor, and you can test stuff, and you can make levels in that area. Okay. And just so let's get started right away. Sorry for even going on this long without doing this. If I click run, we have the basic game that's in here, and I can press X to do action. So X to start the game, and boom, I'm in the game. I can play. This is a game with one rule, and that rule is if I push in a direction and there's a box next to me, that box goes in that direction. So basically the rule is I can push the box. And if I push the box onto the target zone, which is a dark blue area in our level, then I win. Okay, boom, great. Now, even if I just want to make a game with just this one rule, I can do that. So I can go into the level editor. So I click this button up here, level editor, and that will allow me to use these tools up here to make a level. So if I click my mouse, I know that the dark orange or the brown, these are walls. So my player can't go through walls. So if I just click the walls and draw them on the map, boom, we got walls. Now I can't go through it. Now I actually have to go around, and all of a sudden this puzzle is a little bit different and actually probably impossible. So I'll delete this wall, and we'll say we have to move this up here and move it there. And then we see down in our console, win condition satisfied. Okay, now here's the thing about level editing. After you make the level, you have to actually put it into your code. Okay, so I'm going to clear all the drawings for a second, and I just want to show you how that's done. We click this S button right here. Okay, this S button will print out my level into the console. So this S button, if I look down here, it prints it into the console. Now I have to go with my mouse and copy this. Control C is what I use to copy. Okay, and then I have to paste it in my levels area. Okay, so I need to copy it from here and I need to paste it down into my levels. So if I click down here and I press enter twice and I paste it, now this is a new level. And it looks kind of funky, especially if you're not used to reading code or ASCII type stuff. But this is, these are walls. We can tell because hash mark means wall up here in our legend. The dots are background. You see, so this is a wall, this is a wall. Then the player is P, and the @ sign is a crate and target. And actually this level is already completed, so we're not gonna wanna do it like that. Back in my level editor, if I click over here, I can undo with Z. So Z equals undo. And that's while you're making levels and also in the middle of the game too. So if I click Z a bunch in here, I can undo it to where I want it to start. So Z, 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 Z. And then remember, I wanted to delete this wall. So actually, this is the level that I want. This is my level 2. So I'm going to click S to print it to the console. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it down here. Okay. And the very last thing we have to do is always rebuild if we make changes. So now I rebuild, which is this button up here. If I rebuild, now I can click run and we can test my game. So I press Z or X to start, and this is level 1. We can see it down here. I did it. Now the problem is it's not bringing me to level 2 because I'm still technically in the level editor. So if I click this level editor button, you'll see that these things go away, my level editor tools, and now I'm in the game actually playing it. Now the win condition was satisfied and it brought me to level 2. Okay, and level 2 is a little trickier because now we have to move around to get the box onto the target. Okay, and that is how simple it is to make a game in PuzzleScript. You can even make games with just this one rule. All right, I'm going to stop this video and then I'll do a new video about some of the basic rules. But that's really all you need to get started. Okay, make sure you give it a title like Block Pusher Pro. And then the author, make sure you put your name here. And the homepage, you can do puzzlescript.net, or if you have your own homepage, you can. Okay, again, rebuild and run. Oh, the last thing I want to say is how to share this is you can export it. Okay, so when you export this, you click the export button and it will save. You want to save this file, and it usually saves in your downloads folder. So I see in my downloads folder, Block Pusher Pro. This is an HTML file that I can just drag and drop and send to anyone I want. I can even host it on a website. It's very easy to use, and you'll see if I double click it, it will open up. And look, my game is here. So now I can send this to my friends, my family, colleagues, all this stuff. And I can push, and it works. Great. Okay. In the next video, I will talk about some common rules and maybe also talk about custom tiles. Okay. So thanks for stopping by, and let's stop.